Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into 25 surprising facts about some of the most iconic characters, shows, and foods you grew up loving. From the dark side of Lewis Carroll's personal life to the shocking truth behind Willy Wonka, these little-known stories might just blow your mind, or even ruin your childhood, just a little. Let's jump right in. Fact 1: The Lewis Carroll controversy. First up. Was Lewis Carroll, the genius behind Alice in Wonderland, possibly a pedophile? After his death, people discovered a collection of photographs featuring young, sometimes nude girls, including Alice Liddell, his real-life muse. There's no concrete proof he ever harmed anyone, but it sure casts a disturbing shadow on his legacy. Whether it was an unfortunate sign of the times or something more sinister, it's definitely one fact that can make you see Alice in Wonderland in a very different light. Fact 2: SpongeBob's radioactive origins. Love SpongeBob SquarePants? There's a fan theory that the residents of Bikini Bottom are actually mutated thanks to nuclear tests at the real-life Bikini Atoll. The show's creators have confirmed Bikini Bottom is located right underneath that atoll, famous for U.S. nuclear bomb testing in the 1940s and 50s. So maybe SpongeBob's wacky adventures owe more to atomic radiation than to Pineapple House charm. Now that's a mind-blower. Fact 3: Christopher Robin's regret. Winnie the Pooh might seem adorable, but the real Christopher Robin Milne, son of author A. A. Milne, grew to hate Pooh. Teased at school and overshadowed by his fictional counterpart, Christopher felt exploited. He served in World War II, distanced himself from his parents, and eventually sold his share of Pooh royalties to fund his daughter's trust. Pooh became beloved worldwide, but Christopher Robin's life was far from a storybook. Fact 4: Betty Boop's dark inspiration. Betty Boop, that flirty cartoon icon, was actually modeled on Esther Jones, a black Harlem singer known as Baby Esther. But the studios put a lighter-skinned performer in the spotlight, leaving Esther in the dust. So while we see Betty Boop as a cute, sassy cartoon from the 1930s, her creation story is tied to some shady cultural appropriation. Fact 5: Judy from Family Matters did adult films. Remember the Winslow family from Family Matters? Their youngest daughter Judy suddenly disappeared from the show without explanation, because producers wanted to focus on other characters, and, legend has it, to give more space to Steve Urkel. Jamie Foxworth, who played Judy, eventually moved into adult films later in life. She's since spoken candidly about how being dropped from the show derailed her career. Fact 6: Elvis, Voldemort in France. For all you Harry Potter fans, you might be shocked to learn that in French translations, Tom Marvolo Riddle is changed to Tom Elvis Jeduzer, so the anagram, "I am Lord Voldemort," still works out. That's right, Voldemort's middle name is literally Elvis in France. A weird detail that makes the darkest wizard in the wizarding world just a tad more rock and roll. Fact 7: David Yost's on-set bullying. David Yost, the original Blue Ranger on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, faced homophobia on set. He quit the show in 1996, later admitting he tried conversion therapy due to the bullying. Although he's now comfortable with his identity, it's a reminder that behind the colorful costumes and epic fights, the real-life struggles were heartbreaking. Fact 8: Roadrunner's Purgatory? Another wild fan theory? Wile E. Coyote might be stuck in purgatory. He's trapped in a barren landscape, endlessly chasing Roadrunner but never catching him, mirroring the Greek myth of Tantalus, who's eternally denied what he craves. So those Acme gadgets might just be cosmic punishment, forcing him to fail again and again. Fact 9: The Rugrats aren't real? Rugrats could be a figment of Angelica's imagination, says a dark fan theory. Chucky and his mom? Dead. Phil and Lil? Results of a pregnancy that ended before sex was determined. Tommy? Stillborn, leading Stu to obsessively make toys. It's seriously messed up if you think about it too hard. But hey, some fans love a good twisted take on childhood classics. Fact 10: Paul Reubens, downfall. Paul Reubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, had a beloved kids show until 1991, when he was arrested for indecent exposure at an adult theater. The scandal ended Pee Wee's Playhouse and tainted Reubens' career. He made various comebacks but never escaped that tarnished public image. Reubens sadly passed away in 2023, but left a lasting, if controversial, legacy. Fact 11: The Flintstones pushed cigarettes. Bet you never expected Fred Flintstone shilling for Winston cigarettes, but in the early 1960s, that actually happened. The show originally aired in prime time, attracting adults as well as kids, so cigarette commercials featuring Fred and Barney were totally normal. It seems shocking by today's standards, but back then, it was just another marketing gate. Fact 12: Frisbee greed. The Frisbee was born when college kids started tossing pie tins from the Frisbee Pie Company in the late 1800s. A small tweak, making them plastic discs, led to a major moneymaker. So next time you fling a Frisbee in the park, remember it all began with some hungry students turning dessert tins into a game. Fact 13: The slab bracelet scandal. Remember slab bracelets? In 2011, a Florida school fundraiser ordered cheap knockoffs that turned out to have nude images inside when peeled back. The fiasco forced the original slab bracelet inventor, Stuart Anders, to swoop in and supply legitimate replacements. Talk about an unexpected X-rated twist for a childhood staple. Fact 14: Heinz Easy Squirt ketchup disaster. In 2000, Heinz tried wild new colors like green and purple ketchup to spark kids' imaginations. Initially a hit, especially with a Shrek tie-in, but the novelty faded fast. Plus, those artificial dyes changed the taste and texture, and parents weren't thrilled. By 2006, Heinz had pulled Easy Squirt from shelves altogether. Fact 15: Haunted by your childhood home. According to psychologist Jerry M. Berger, many people feel drawn back to their childhood homes, even if their memories aren't rosy. It's like an itch you can't scratch. Some folks even physically go back and knock on the door for closure. Home truly is where the heart, and sometimes unresolved trauma, is. Fact 16: Willy Wonka's OD backstory. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 1971, was basically a big Quaker Oats commercial. Quaker financed the film to promote a new candy line. The movie's success overshadowed the candy, but it's a little jarring to realize your favorite childhood fantasy was, in part, a corporate marketing ploy. Fact 17: No sugar limit for kids. Guess what? Research shows kids have an almost infinite capacity for sugar. In studies, children accepted ridiculously sweet concoctions far beyond adult limits. Their bodies handle sugar differently, though that doesn't mean it's healthy. Next time you see a kid happily devouring candy without flinching, know they're practically sugar vacuum cleaners. Fact 18: Coca-Cola started as a wine substitute. In the 1880s, cocaine-infused wines were all the rage. When Prohibition threatened alcohol sales, chemist John Pemberton created a non-alcoholic version, Coca-Cola. He marketed it as a temperance drink that kept the cocaine-laced excitement but ditched the booze. Talk about a strange origin story for the world's most famous soda. Fact 19: The Muppets were originally for adults. Before Sesame Street, Jim Henson's Sam and Friends was a late-night show geared at grown-ups. The Muppets only fully pivoted to kids' TV in the 70s. Hard to imagine Kermit's comedic style as adult entertainment, but that's exactly how the brand got its start. Fact 20: The candy cane's church origin. Legend says candy canes date back to 1670 in Germany. A choirmaster gave kids sugar sticks curved like shepherd's crooks to keep them quiet during Christmas services. They were originally all white, and the red stripe only appeared in the early 1900s. So that festive treat might have begun as hush candy. Fact 21: Graham crackers were anti-sex. Sylvester Graham, a Presbyterian minister, invented graham crackers to help curb carnal urges. He believed bland diets kept desires in check. His crackers, once extremely plain, grew popular beyond his moral mission, eventually morphing into the sweet ones we have today. Perfect for s'mores, if not for chastity. Fact 22: McDonald's fries. More than potatoes, McDonald's fries contain a milk-based natural beef flavor, multiple oils, dimethyl polysiloxane, to reduce foaming, and other additives to keep them crispy. So, they're not just salty sticks of potato. They're a chemistry experiment that happens to taste addictive. Fact 23: Roller coasters to save your soul. In the late 1800s, LaMarcus Thompson invented the first roller coaster to keep adults away from immoral activities like saloons and brothels. His initial ride was a gentle 6 miles per hour, but it laid the groundwork for the multi-billion-dollar amusement industry we know today, keeping folks entertained in a clean way. Fact 24: The Barney backlash. Everyone's favorite purple dino had a dark side. Barney received death threats, was mocked on SNL, and basically became a scapegoat for the 2000s anti-children's show crowd. The docu-series One Love You, You Hate Me explores how a friendly giant dinosaur turned into a bizarre cultural punching bag. Fact 25: Monopoly's socialist roots. Finally, Monopoly was originally the landlord's game, created by Elizabeth McGee in 1904 to expose the flaws of capitalism. It had two sets of rules: monopolist rules, where you crush opponents with rent, and prosperity rules, where wealth is shared. Parker Brothers bought the patent from a different guy, scrapped the cooperative aspect, and turned it into the cutthroat version we play. If only we had those prosperity rules today. And there you have it, 25 weird, wild, and sometimes unsettling facts behind childhood shows, iconic toys, and more. Which one totally surprised you? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into pop culture's hidden stories. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.